Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and full review of this XIIVIO condenser gaming microphone with USB plug. Here we can see that plug and play USB recording microphone for computer, PC, laptop, they say also for Mac and PS4, gaming, chatting, podcasting, recording. Yeah, color we have gray and black. Here we have more description. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see. Hope it's focusing nicely. Yeah, the model says SF-777. There is not much spec. Yeah, here we have something. It says condenser cardioid and sensitivity is, I think, -38. That's a little bit weird. Because when I was checking online, the listing says -47. Here we see -38. That would be about the same which I have, which is really good. I mean, not awesome, but good enough, so we don't have to increase the volume too much, so we can use it straight away like in an editor and can directly a little bit improve it there. We don't have to go into an audio editor separately, and this is what would be about the minimum for me. So we can see the frequency 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, USB of course 5 volts, and the weight. And yeah, here we see the model type again. Yeah, I think that's it here, nicely sealed. So it's in a comparable price range compared to the Fifine, which I'm using since a couple of years, and I'm pretty happy with that. It was also around $40 or so, but it didn't come with these nice features. Here we have a pop-up filter and we have this shock mount. So with my one, the Fifine, yeah, it didn't come with a shock mount or pop filter. So yeah, we go a little bit with the instructions. Maybe that helps. That's not much. Yeah, it's too small. It's hard to read. Yeah, let's still try it here. Microphone properties. Yeah, that's probably what we'll see in Windows. Nothing special. Operating instructions. Yeah, usually it's depending on the system you are using. There's not much here on the microphone itself to do. I think we don't even have like a adjustment, like a volume adjusting possibility. It's just as it is. I mean, the Fifine which I'm using is always on the highest setting anyway, something in this area around -38 decibel sensitivity. Yeah, probably you don't have to rule down or so. So that's not needed, or regulate down, it's not needed. Yeah, what we see, it's fully assembled already. Yeah, that's really nice. I haven't seen something like that, or at least more or less. Maybe we have to just push it a little bit more inside. So let's try to open that. Yeah, that would be amazing. We get something like that. I mean, yeah, that's always a little bit a pain when you get these things and then you have to assemble that almost for hours. Yeah, here we can just squeeze it through, I think, and then it's already done. Is that really the thing here? Yeah, it was a little bit too close, so let's go a little bit back here, and you can see that pretty easy. We have to just find out how we have to turn the microphone that it has the highest sensitivity. That's always a little bit a problem. I mean, when we have this diaphragm, sometimes we can look inside and then see which side we have to use to have the highest sensitivity. Here it's totally covered. We cannot look inside. We'll have to find out, maybe based on the pictures on Amazon. I really don't see anything. So I've been trying to find out how we have to position this to get the best audio quality, and I think that's probably it for me. The thing is, what you see a lot, I mean, there are a couple of pictures also in the Amazon listing which do not make a lot of sense. They have it like straight, they have the pop-up filter on the side, because I think the diaphragm is pointing to where we have the writing here of the XIIVIO. So this doesn't make any sense. The problem is also they are showing a lot of pictures like this. Yeah, this is really a little bit a cheap mount, but I mean, I'm good with that as long as the quality is okay. So we see a lot of pictures like this where we have the gooseneck mounted in the back and then they put it to the front, something like that, and it would make a lot of sense actually. The problem is just when you imagine you have it down on your desk and you are higher on a higher position, so the diaphragm here is not pointing to your mouse but more to your chest actually. And as I have my existing microphone, the Fifine already, I have it totally different, and this is what I have actually. So I point it usually like this, turn it around, so it is a little bit pointing upwards, more to my mouse than not to my chest. And now we have, of course, to find a position, good position for the pop filter. That's a little bit looking weird, but it's probably the way I'm going to use that. So I'm going to try a couple of different positions to find out how to use that the best. But even so, like this, it would definitely work for me. So I'm trying to finalize now the first part, which is recorded by another camera, another microphone. You can see that here. That's it here. I mean, I have seen definitely better mounts than that, but yeah, why not? I mean, it's some kind of a shock mount. It's a cheap solution. It works. It has some hold, not really sturdy hold, but it has some hold. I think it should be good for most of the users. And it is nicely centered, especially when we have it like here. So regarding the weight, I think it's nicely centered. The gooseneck is more or less stable, not super stable here. Yeah, definitely not. I think we can secure it even a little bit more. Maybe I'll have to try that a little bit. That's a little bit weird. It gets loose here. That's strange. I mean, we can secure it more, but then it points too much towards the microphone. So I'll have to find out how I can do that. Yeah, I think that works. So now it's secured. It looks a little bit weird, but it's definitely working like this for me. So I'm going to try that now. And yeah, the rest of the video which you will see and hear, that's not coming from this camera here, but I'm going to screen record and I'm going to use this microphone for the rest. Okay, so I'm now here on my PC. I have plugged in this microphone into the new Windows 10, I mean the updated Windows 10, and I have the microphone now on a 45 degrees angle upwards a little bit. I mean, it's not straight, it's not fully upwards, it's how I was showing it to you, 45 degrees angle upwards. I have the pop filter in between, so but definitely no windsock, so just as I have been showing you that before with the other camera. And yeah, it's pointed to me like the writing, the XIIVIO, the writing is pointed directly into my face somehow. So I'm turning the microphone a little bit to the side here, so it's looking to the left side. Now it's looking to the back. Now it's looking to the right side. And now I'm pointing it back towards my face. So I have already tried this before, and yeah, it was very clear for me that when we want to have the best audio or the highest level, we have to point the writing of the microphone towards your mouse. So I'm going to listen again to this thing to find out how the levels are. I had the impression that the audio levels were a little bit low. Yeah, I've been listening a little bit to that, and I've been trying it with my normal video editor. That's the Cyberlink Power Director. And yeah, I think the microphone itself is not bad. It is probably a very good value when you take into account what you get. this tripod here, and you get the shock mount, and you get the windsock, and you get the pop filter. You get everything currently for $41.99. It's for sure it's a good value. The question is only how good is the quality and how is the sensitivity. So for me there's a clear difference here compared to the 5-fine, which I'm using since almost 2 years. You can see that I've bought this in December 2018. That's the microphone which I've always been using. It doesn't have shock mount, it doesn't have pop filter, but it has similar size, similar price, similar almost everything. Unfortunately, we cannot see any kind of sensitivity measurement for this one here. For the XIIVIO, we have this, I think here in one of the pictures, it's a little bit weird that we see different values. I think it was, one of the things were here, I hope you can see that it says sensitivity minus 47 decibel, which would be super low. And then we have the other thing which is on the packaging, which says minus 38. I have also tested another one, the Uhuru, which has this large arm, and I think it is pretty similar to this one, and definitely has a lower sensitivity than the 5-fine. Also the 5-fine, it has this volume controller. I mean, I'm not saying I'm using that a lot. Usually I'm not using that, just sometimes when I want to be sure that it's turned down a little bit for some specific reason, but usually I have it on the highest volume, and I had definitely the impression that on the highest volume it's more sensitive, quite a bit more sensitive than the XIIVIO. So you can see that here. I'm going to show you that that's my editor, and I have something which I have pre-recorded here. You can see that I have it on the highest boost, that's plus 12 decibel, and except from a couple of situations where I bumped with the microphone into something where there is only voice, I never touched the upper line where there it would show like a yellow points. That was never the case. If I'm using the 5-fine and boost it by 12 decibel, I'm going to reach in a lot of situations the upper line. So definitely there's a difference. I was definitely hoping for a little bit more sensitivity. I'm not complaining about the quality, but the sensitivity is definitely a little bit limited, that we do not even reach the maximum here with disabling power director with the 12 decibel boost. So for me it's definitely not working, otherwise I would have to boost it 2 times and then the quality goes down. So I'm going to stick with the 5-fine, and this is what I'm recommending here. And I'm adding here this very small section, and this is recorded with the 5-fine on the highest level, so to give you the chance to compare between these two microphones. What I have found is that I think the 5-fine has the larger diaphragm diameter, so it picks more like the deeper voice a little bit compared to the XIIVIO, and this is what I actually like, and I have actually not found much of a problem with a missing pop filter or shock mount, so I don't really see the need for that with the 5-fine microphone. I mean, I'm putting down the link to both of the listings, the 5-fine and the XIIVIO, down into the description, so you can check both out, but my recommendation definitely goes still to the 5-fine here. And that's about it for the moment. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or better solutions, maybe you have found a better microphone, just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.